What's up, guys? Thanks for watching Left and Loaded. Today we're going to talk about magazines, specifically pistol magazines. I realized in the Glock 43 versus Walther CCP video that I did a little while back, I got some comments from people. They didn't know what I was referring to when I was referring to single stack 9mm. I got some comments on that video. People were confused. This channel's supposed to be geared towards the new gun owner and beginner basics, and I was referring to these two pistols as single stack 9mm, and rightfully so. They didn't know what that meant. Single stack, you stack the pistols on top of each other? No idea. So when I was new to guns, I also had that same question. What is the difference? I'm hearing this terminology, single stack versus double stack, and nobody took the time to explain it to me. And once I did a little bit of research, and it wasn't hard research to do, but I figured I'd try to spare you the wasted time, I'm going to show you the difference today between a single stack and a double stack magazine. So let's jump into it. On my right, a double stack 9mm magazine. On my left, a single stack 9mm magazine. Right away, you can see the double stack is significantly thicker than the single stack. The single stack holds 8 rounds. The double stack holds 15 rounds. That's a big difference when the height of them is not that big of a difference. So even though this one is only about 3/4 of an inch taller, it holds nearly double the number of rounds inside of the magazine. How do they accomplish this? Well, that's where the whole concept of single stack versus double stack comes from. They are literally stacking the rounds in a different way. In the single stack, and I'm going to reveal here the difference. If you were to look inside of these two magazines, if these were see-through, what you would see is exactly what we have right here. On my left, single stack. On my right, double stack. And you can see why the double stack magazine has to be considerably thicker because of the way that the rounds are arranged inside of the magazine. Now, on the left, they're just arranged in a straight line, one on top of the other on top of the other, and you can only fit so many in a 4-inch magazine like this until you run out of space. With the double stack, we could even keep going. Right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds. We could probably go, well, we know we could go up to 15 rounds in this magazine and still have a similar length magazine. So what are the benefits? Well, benefits. Pros on the single stack. A thinner, more narrow pistol grip. So you don't need as much girth on the grip. It might be more comfortable in your hand, and they could potentially make the pistol a little bit easier to conceal. Cons, fewer rounds in your pistol, so less firepower. Pros on the double stack side, obviously, way more rounds. Cons, a thicker, potentially less comfortable grip for people with smaller hands and more difficult to conceal. Different use case scenarios for the single stack and the double stack, or so you would think. So one of the most popular military pistols ever created in the history of the world is called a 1911. Colt built the 1911 in 1911. That's why it's called that. And it, to this day, has a single stack magazine. And it only carries 8 rounds. Now the military decided that wasn't enough firepower, and they switched away from the 1911 over to the magazine that you see right here on my right. This is the magazine from a Beretta M9 that holds 15, sometimes even 17 rounds, giving you way more firepower, double the firepower in most cases than you had with the old 1911. And this one here looks very similar to the magazine you'd find in a 1911, even though this is from a Walther. Both 9mm double the capacity in the double stack magazine. And the way that I have it laid out here on the table with the rounds is pretty much identical to what you would see inside of their respective magazines. I hope that sheds a little bit of light on the single stack versus double stack conversation. And when you're going to the gun store to talk to the gun salesman about a pistol that you might be interested in, make sure you ask, is this gun a single stack or a double stack? That way you'll know, are you getting more capacity with a fatter grip? Or are you getting more concealability with a thinner grip but less capacity? It really doesn't get any more complicated than that when you're talking about the two different types of magazines. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're still a brand new channel. We really appreciate you telling your friends, and I'll see you next time. Peace.